Once, in the great city of Rome, there lived a man named Seneca. He was a philosopher, a teacher. His words carried wisdom, and his ideas shaped the way many people thought about life. One of the most important lessons Seneca taught was how to deal with adversity. Those difficult moments when life feels hard, unfair, or even cruel. His teachings were not just empty words. He lived through hardship himself, facing exile, betrayal, and even the threat of death. Yet, through it all, he remained calm, strong, and unbroken. His philosophy was not about avoiding pain, but learning how to face it with courage and wisdom. Seneca believed that adversity was not something to fear, but something to prepare for. He often compared life to a storm at sea. A sailor does not wait until the storm hits to learn how to steer the ship. He prepares long before, training himself, studying the winds, and strengthening the vessel. In the same way, Seneca said we must prepare our minds for hardship before it comes. If we wait until we are already suffering, it will be too late. We must practice resilience, patience, and self-control in peaceful times so that we are ready when the storm arrives. One of his most famous teachings was about the power of perception. Seneca said that it is not the event itself that hurts us, but our judgment of it. Imagine two men who lose their wealth. One sees it as a disaster and falls into despair. The other sees it as an opportunity to live more simply and grow stronger. The event is the same, but their reactions are different. Seneca taught that we have the power to choose how we interpret our struggles. If we see adversity as a teacher rather than an enemy, we can learn from it instead of being crushed by it. Seneca also spoke about the importance of acceptance. He said that fighting against what we cannot change only makes our suffering worse. If a man is caught in the rain, he can curse the sky and make himself miserable, or he can accept it and find shelter. The rain does not change, only his attitude does. Seneca believed that much of our pain comes from resisting reality. When we accept what we cannot control, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. This does not mean we give up or stop trying. It means we focus our energy on what we can change and let go of what we cannot. Another lesson Seneca taught was about time. He said that we often suffer more in imagination than in reality. Many people spend their days worrying about things that may never happen. They fear sickness, poverty, or failure, and in doing so, they suffer before any real hardship even arrives. Seneca called this borrowing trouble. He advised people to focus on the present moment and deal with problems only when they come. Worrying in advance does not prevent suffering, it only doubles it. Seneca also believed in the value of hardship. He said that difficulties are not just obstacles, but opportunities to grow stronger. A sword is forged in fire, and a man is shaped by his struggles. Without challenges, we would never develop courage, patience, or wisdom. Seneca often reminded his students that even the greatest men in history faced adversity. What made them great was not their lack of problems, but their ability to rise above them. One story Seneca told was about a man who complained about his misfortunes. The man had lost his home, his money, and his reputation. He felt like the gods had abandoned him. Seneca listened and then said, "What if these trials were given to you, not as punishment but as a test? What if the universe is not your enemy but your teacher?" The man was silent. Seneca continued, "You have lost much, but you still have your mind, your will, and your ability to choose how you respond. That is where true strength lies." Seneca's own life was a testament to his teachings. He was exiled to Corsica by the Emperor Claudius, forced to leave behind his home and live in harsh conditions. Instead of despairing, he used the time to write, reflect, and deepen his understanding of philosophy. Later, when Nero, his former student, turned against him and ordered his death, Seneca faced his end with calm dignity. He did not beg for mercy or curse his fate. He accepted it with the same strength he had preached about all his life. His lessons remain just as powerful today. In a world full of uncertainty, pain, and struggle, Seneca's wisdom offers a way to endure and even thrive. He teaches us that adversity is not the end, but a part of life's journey. It is not what happens to us that defines us, but how we respond. If we prepare our minds, adjust our perceptions, accept what we cannot change, and see hardship as a chance to grow, we can face anything with inner strength. Seneca's words remind us that we are stronger than we think. The storms of life may shake us, but they cannot break us unless we let them. The key is not to avoid adversity, but to meet it with a steadfast heart and a clear mind. That is the way of the Stoic. That is the path to true resilience. And that is what Seneca taught about dealing with adversity.